Alrighty, everybody. Good morning. Today is Saturday, July 27th, as a matter of fact. And I'm getting my early morning ride in. Today is my Saturday, y'all. And I am so happy, too. Got up hella early to get in here. My daughter's supposed to be here later today. So by the time I get through with this run and get back home, hopefully she'll be there. But yeah, I cannot wait. I hadn't seen my daughter in a few months now, so we're gonna kick it, do a little fun activities and stuff like that. I have both of my daughters with me and my grandson. But I wanted to kick it off today with a few things that I had on my mind. You know, I don't usually when I do the morning rides. I sometimes I have a topic and sometimes I won't. But today I do want to talk about passive aggressive people. Now, if you're like me and you're a straightforward type person, you just like to deal with people who are also straightforward. Like, bitch, if you don't like me, then just, the fuck say you don't like me, and then we just get the fuck out of each other's faces. That's how I am. And if I don't like you, I ain't gonna come around you. There are a lot of content creators on YouTube. I don't even go to their channels because I don't fuck with them like that. Like I said, when I fell out with Bernard that last time, it was like, okay, fuck you. I'm on to something else. But then you got people that are kind of passive aggressive. And I don't quite understand these types of people. Good morning, Mia. Miss Auntie. I'm sorry. Good morning, Miss Auntie. I don't have my glasses on, so it's hard for me to see these little words. And Faith is kind of middle aged. Got that middle age blindness. But yeah, so then you got people that like to come and watch you. And I don't have a problem with the hate watchers, but here's my thing. If you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say shit at all. Because then that's going to make me have to say something back to you. And then it's going to be a stupid back and forth. I don't like doing back and forth with people. And the fact of the business is not that you done anything to me or I done anything to you. It's just kind of like you just don't gel with the person. And that happens. There's nothing wrong with that. If I'm not gelling with you and you not gelling with me, we just don't fuck with each other. But I got people that will actually come and watch me. They don't gel with me, but they want to come and leave their little passive aggressive comments in my comment section. Miss Auntie said, Faith, I've only been to your channel long, but I appreciate your truthfulness. Thank you, Miss Auntie. But here's the thing though, I sit up here and these are the people, I'm gonna study these people. These people really need to be studied. Maybe I need to link up with D. Durrell or maybe some other psychiatrists. Because I don't understand the people that don't jail with you, but they still come to your channel just to hate watch. I'm just like, okay, you don't like me. You're here to hate watch. And then when I see you again, you're being passive aggressive with your comments. Like I get up pretty early in the morning for this here morning ride. So when I do my early morning rides, I'm not, a glamour girl. I'm not going to put no curls in my hair. I'm not going to have on no sexy shit because, the type of job that I have. And yet you'll have, I had one female coming up in the comments talking about yeah, y'all need to get some microdermabrasions and stuff for your skin. Stuff like that. Now, here's the thing. If you a female and you watching another female on the YouTube, why the fuck would you give a damn about what the hell the other bitch is wearing? Why the hell would you give a damn about what this other woman's skin is looking like to you? Do you want to fuck this woman? Are you interested in hanging out? Or, I don't get that. I really don't. So that's that passive aggressive bullshit, that I don't get with, because me, I'm like this. If I don't like you, either I'm gonna tell you and then we gonna have it out, or I'm just not gonna fuck with you and that be the end of it. But I'm not gonna sit up here and unnecessarily take a shot at you with the sneak diss. Yeah, me. Oh, Miss Auntie, you read my mind. The sneak dissing. Like, what's up with the sneak dissing? Like, these the motherfuckers right here that'll sit up and in real life get their ass beat. Cause I'm telling you, when I was younger, I was not always civilized. When I was in my teens and my early 20s, Faith was not always civilized. See, I did not understand even back then the sneak diss. Cause as soon as I heard the sneak diss, I'm a straightforward person. I'm in your face like, bitch, what the fuck you say to me? And then I would lay hands on you because I didn't understand. Like, I didn't. And then it took like other women in my family to explain it to me about the sneak diss. Because see, where I come from, if you sneak dissing, that means you want to fight. Like, I don't, where I come from, we don't do the whole sneak diss shit. Either you gonna get into it, we gonna fight, we gonna chop it up, we gonna cuss each other out. But, we didn't waste time. To me, the sneak diss is like the cowardly way of you getting your little poke in. And see, I hate dealing with cowards. Just come out and say what the fuck you got to say, and we gonna get the fuck into it. Yeah, so anyway, I noticed, this little sneak dissing ass bitch, in my chat room the other day. And I was like, you know what? This is the reason why I stopped dealing with certain content creators, because they would be on that sneak diss type shit. Miss Auntie said, I get it, Faith. My temper is bad. Sneak dissing will get hands placed on people. Exactly. And I'm not advocating for violence. Let me just get that straight. Because like I said, I was very young when I did those things. There were certain things at that time. I have graduated into a much more mature lady where I'm not just, acting off the top of my hormones and jumping on people like I used to. Because I did. The sneak diss would get your ass. I would be on your ass so fast back in the day with that sneak diss and stuff. Because I'm like, some people can understand it and some people can't. But as I matured, I began to understand a little bit more about it. Good morning, Nadia. Good morning. And I began to understand that that's the cowardly way of people coming at you without being confrontational. These people don't really, really want a confrontation. But for some reason, it is important for them to let you know that they don't particularly care for you. And so as I begin to mature and get older and I start, seeing these people for the cowards that they are, because they will never, ever come in your face. They will never, ever, ever come in your actual vicinity and say or do anything. They will always be online doing the shit or sneak dissing behind your back. So, I have had to learn to overlook some people and, move the fuck on. Because I'm telling you that those people that do the sneak diss, you will be tempted to address their ass right then and there. And the next thing you know, you done wasted a whole live stream, or you done busted a blood vessel. Because these people are very frustrating to deal with, the sneak dissers. Because as soon as you call their ass out on the carpet, this is the other thing I don't like about the sneak dissers. They'll gaslight you and act as if they weren't saying anything to you. They'll do some shit like, oh, well, if the shoe fit, I wasn't really talking about you. But you know that they was the fuck talking about you. Because what the fuck you doing in my space talking all this here airy ass shit? So, those are the types that you really got to ignore. You got to, because it's a time waster. These people will waste your time, and then it's also an energy waster. And see, I'm real huge on preserving energy. The older I get, I begin to realize that my energy is precious. Your energy is precious. And when you're sitting up here arguing with people, going off on people, you're giving them energy they don't really deserve. But now, if you ignore them, kick them to the curb, lay them out to the side like you don't see them, they really hate that shit. Now, that little comment that this little heifer left, in the comment section, I acted like I didn't even see that shit. I did. As a matter of fact, even put a couple of her little sneak ass comments up on the screen and discussed it. Because here's the thing, if you give them that negative energy that they looking for, then basically they done got everything that they came to get. They done riled you up, they got you upset, they got your blood pressure up, and now they walking around happy. They have a positive charge from it while you're walking around with that negative charge. And I'm telling you, energy does not go anywhere. It either gets transferred or it festers into something else. And that negative energy, when you allow that to fester, is not a good thing, because it sits inside of your body. It makes you sick. You become ill. You get high blood pressure. You get strokes and all types of things. So, there's a way that you would have to deal with people like that. And my way of dealing with people like that is to not give them my energy at all. Thank you, Miss Auntie. Thank you. But like I said, I have the luxury of not really giving a damn about what people think about me. And there's like only a little tidbits of my life that I share with the group. And I will share tidbits of my life as I see fit, especially if I think that there's a teaching moment that may come with it. But I do understand also that every time I share a tidbit of my life or I disclose something that I think, I do run the risk of somebody taking that information and weaponizing it against me. I do that. So every time I share a tidbit of information, I do so with the knowledge of knowing that somebody is going to use this to weaponize against me. Just like when I come online and I'm riding in this truck, I know that there are going to be people that are going to use this and try to weaponize it against me. But self-preparation is key. Self-preparation is key. If you're already prepared yourself mentally for whatever may come with what you're doing in these social media spaces, when they do try to launch an attack against you using what you have, I would say people that share parts of themselves in this space, they are actually giving everybody a gift. Even when I share the gift of showing you my image on this space, that is a gift to you. Because there's some content creators that won't even let you see their face. And the reason why is because people weaponize your image against you as well. But even when I share my images with you guys, when I share who I am, my likeness, when I cam up on here, I do so because there's a reason. There are a lot of dark-skinned women with my phenotype that refuse to show their face on camera because they are ashamed of their skin, they're ashamed of their phenotype, or they're ashamed of their weight. And so I feel like it's important for me not to be that way and to give black women with my phenotype the type of self-esteem boost that they need. They'll see, well, okay, this woman Faith has my phenotype. This woman Faith is she's stepping out, she's courageous, she loves herself, she has no problem showing herself. And so that's the reason why I give the gift of showing me, no matter what the backlash may be. And I have gotten plenty of backlash for showing my image. But I have already mentally prepared myself for it, so I don't waste my time going back and forth with people that want to weaponize it against me. And so that's the reason why I came on here today, because I came here today to basically impart the knowledge of not dealing with the people that are going to waste your time with their internal bullshit. Because I promise you, people will try to derail you off your game or whatever it is you're trying to do in life by taking little petty things and try to weaponize it against you. Like, I have a high definition camera on this phone. And I snapped a picture the other day, and you can see every mark on my face. Now, let me tell you, if I was the type of person that had an issue with myself, I would never show my image. I show my image whether it be perfect or whether, I might need to work on some things, but that's the reason why I have my movement on my page. If you go to my community kit tab and you scroll down, I post images of women of all sizes, all colors, and I always say we are beautifully imperfect. There is no perfect person on the face of this earth. So when you get people that come up to you and they attack your looks, you get people that come up to you and they want to attack any little thing that's in your life because they don't particularly care for you, just understand that that person is trying to chink at your armor. They see that you have a high self-esteem. Like, a lot of people look at me and they don't think that I should have the self-esteem that I have. And so they try to see little ways that they can angle in to try to chink at my self-esteem. And it's just not going to happen, especially not at this age. Now, if you had got me when I was younger, when I was, didn't know anything and gave a damn, you might have had a chance. And that's if I didn't catch hold of you and beat your ass. Because Faith was I'm a beat your ass type of chick. And I've graduated from that. I've graduated. I have to say, I'm proud of myself. I've graduated from all of that. Now Faith is, you know what? I see you and I'm going to step over your bullshit type chick now. I'm not going to allow you to take up any type of real estate in my mind with the bullshit that you're trying to bring down. And see, that's the game that you got to be on. Because I'm telling you, stuff like that will knock you off your game. If you sitting up here and your focus is to get a certain message across, and then you start seeing little nitpicking ass niggas in your chat room, and that's what they are. They little nitpicking ass niggas. Be on that little niggatry. And it's low-key hating and jealousy. Now, they might not be jealous of how you look, but they might be jealous of your confidence. There are people that will even be jealous of the fact that you are confident. And they seek to try to tear you down in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So, never ever listen to somebody when they're sitting up here talking about something. I'm not hating on you. You ain't got nothing for me to hate on. Oh, yeah. Everybody got something that if somebody's attacking you out of the blue for no reason, trust and believe there is something that they're hating on. Don't let them try to run that bullshit by you, because if there was nothing that you got for them to hate on, then why are they there hating? And I'm telling you, a lot of people will not like the fact that you're confident. They will not like the fact that you hold your head up. They will not like the fact that you're doing a lot of things that those cowardly ass people are too afraid to do themselves. And so rather than them being inspired by your courage or your ability to speak eloquently or whatever it is that they're hating on, they don't take it as inspiration. A lot of these people will take that as intimidation, and then they will begin to hate on you. Sometimes it will work backwards for some people. And I'm telling you, with those people, you just got to overlook them. You can't give them any of your energy. You can't. Because if you're too coward to come to me and say, I just don't like you, I just don't agree with what you're saying, and then we chop it up, then you don't deserve none of my energy or none of my attention. And that's the other thing too. These people want attention. And they want to try to also poison other people against you as well. Especially if they see that you got a nice little following. So, I came here today because I know that a lot of you probably deal with haters like this in the workplace. You probably deal with haters like this in school, in your family. And I'm telling you, these types of people, don't give them none of your energy. Don't even, if you are at the stage that I was in my early life, when I was in my 20s, and you were the type of person that'll beat a bitch ass fast for that sneak this, I'm telling you, it's not worth it. It's not even worth you going to jail. It's not even worth the bail money that your people got to put up for you. All you got to do is not give them people your energy. And what I do now is I look and I laugh. I see certain comments that people leave and I start laughing because I know I'm doing something right. If somebody's hating on you or they're going out of their way to be antagonistic, if somebody's going out of their way to do their little sneak dissing, there's something that you possess that they don't feel that they have. And so now they're going to, instead of being inspired by you or watching your move or watch how you do what you do and try to emulate it, no, they're going to try to tear you down. Refuse those people your energy. Refuse to have them tear you down. Because once they start taking up real estate in your mind, you're going to start second guessing yourself for these people. You're going to start second guessing yourself for these people. And I'm telling you, these people could not lead anything. They can't even lead themselves. But let me see what you guys are talking about in the chat, because I see my chat is going off. I want to say hello to everybody. Again, Miss Auntie Stefan Moultrie, what's going on? Let's see, Chaz B98, what's going on, sis? Doug, what's up? I can't believe all of you all are up this early this morning. Nadia spoke to you earlier. All right, so let me get into reading these comments real quick. Miss Auntie says, hats off to my black women like you, Faith, who show yourselves courageous. Thank you. Chaz B98 says, black women are quick to attack black women's appearance. Sometimes they be sounding worse than these men. Chaz, you hit the nail right on the head, because here's the thing. You know, we have a sisterhood. We have sistering. And like I said, I touched on one part of the reason why we are at each other's throat. The reason why we're at each other's throat is because we are constantly thrust in competition with each other over a small segment of men. But then you have these black women that sit up here and regurgitate the same anti-woman talking points as the men. And if you look at these women, because I looked at my little hater that was in the chat room talking about skin dermabrasion and stuff like that. And this woman has some things that she needs to work on, in my opinion. She's very overweight. She's extremely overweight. But you know what? I'm not one to tear another woman down. If I see that you have areas that you need to work on, I'm not going to sit up here and call you baby Aretha Franklin. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say you look like baby Aretha Franklin, like you got a few chops that you need to chop off. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? Instead, I'm going to come out with information about dieting, exercising. I'm going to come out with information that's going to help you self-improve. Why would I tear you down in order for you to self-improve if you are my sister and I love you? But, you know, I digress on that. Let's see here. Chaz B98 says, explore social media. You will find out how black men feel. It's pretty out in the open. Yeah, black men are not holding back their feelings at all. And you know what? I like that. You know, I would say that I encourage black men to speak their mind. I prefer the atmosphere that we're in now, where we know how we all feel about each other, versus the being in the dark. Because now that we know, we can work on our differences. But when we didn't know anything about how we were feeling about each other and what we wanted from each other, we had no idea what it was that we needed to work on. But I do have a problem with the bashing, the name calling, and you know, just tearing each other down, you know, trying to lower the self-esteem of the other sex. And women do it too as well. Women also do it. Stefan Moultrie says, Shazby98, I see how black women feel about us as well. Right here on Face Channel, a girl named Honey Buns says she wished black men would go back to being hung. Really? I didn't see that, Stefan. Honey Buns said that? Yeah, I'm sorry, Stefan. I don't subscribe to that at all. Now I understand why you said the other day that she needs to be out of here. She needs to be out of here if she's talking like that. That's white supremacist talk. That's a white supremacist talking point. And I don't subscribe to that. Miss Auntie says, Faith, those types got to stay away from me, period. I refuse to deal with them. I do too. You know, like I said, I still have somewhat of a short fuse. Like I said, that's the reason why I learned to walk away. I'm a very reactionary type woman. So, you know, me knowing myself, and that's the thing, when you start knowing yourself, you know how to cope with certain people. There are certain people that, you know, will get it. And so by me knowing myself, I remove myself from the situation, and I just condition myself to ignore the small stuff, because the small stuff is what get things escalated unnecessarily. And I used to get in a lot of trouble. I ain't gonna lie. I used to get into a lot of trouble because of the small stuff. Sometimes you gotta let the small stuff go. Don't sweat that small stuff. Because the small stuff in the bigger scheme of things don't mean nothing. In the bigger scheme of things, I have a message that I want to put out here to the women that want to receive it. And I also have to realize that with this being social media, not everybody is going to receive it. Everybody can't come. And if everybody don't want to jump on the bus, jump on the train, and travel along with you, then that's them. That's them. And I don't have time to hold up the train from getting to the destination that we going by arguing with certain individuals. Those certain individuals going to have to be left where they at, with sitting in they hate smoke. They going to have to be sitting in they hate smoke, left at the train dock, and we going to get on this train, and we're going to move on to our next destination of growth, while that person stays there hating or whatever the hell that they do. Miss Auntie says energy vampires. Exactly. Exactly. Stefan, ain't nobody fighting over you. Why would you want a woman fighting over you, Stefan? Why don't you have yourself one woman that's going to love you and you love her, and don't you put her in that position where she got to be fighting over you? Exactly. I'm trying to be beneficial and not combative out here in the YouTube streets, because what I noticed is when people get off into the beefing, especially long term, now some beefing is necessary. There are some people that gotta get the smoke, but I would not give them hours upon hours, days upon days of my attention. That they're not gonna get, because that's what they want. And then sometimes you make some of these people famous just by even saying their names. Sometimes when you put these people names in your title, you're helping them. You're sending people over to them, because now people, you know how people are, they nosy, they messy. After you done said what you got to say, then they going to run over to that person's channel and see what they going to say about you. And so you're giving that person clicks and views after that. Chazby98 says, yep, do you think they are trying to impress black men when they talk about other women's appearance? It's weird. Exactly. Exactly. And see, that's the problem that I have with one particular YouTuber in the manosphere that these manosphere men uphold. She's a foreigner, but she sits up here and she attacks other women's looks just to get Scooby snacks and brownie points from the manosphere. And I don't subscribe to that, because if you are a so-called black woman or a mixed black woman or whatever she calls herself, and you're for womanhood and making sure that women know better as far as what it is they need to be doing, I don't see how attacking women's looks and picking up um, misogynistic talking points is helping your fellow woman. It seemed to me like you're not actually interested in helping your fellow woman as you are in getting Scooby snacks and brownie points from men. And those women, I mean, they don't really hide what they're trying to do. They really don't. And I don't understand the women that support women like this, because they eventually turn on you too. These are the types of women, they got to have all the men attention. So any woman coming into their space getting attention is going to be her enemy, regardless to whether or not you thought she was cool or not. Like I said, Uppity Unicorn, she thought that she was cool with this person. Her and this person had never exchanged words before. And then when Uppity came, soaking up all the attention with them big old old bitties that she got attacked by this person. Chaz B98 says, I like that they are out in the open too. They can't say it didn't happen. Exactly. Stefan Moultrie says, hell yeah, she said that. I can't show you the video, and I see her and her elk on Cynthia G channel as well. I wonder if Cynthia G knows she's talking like that, because as much as I have my issues with Cynthia, I don't believe that Cynthia would condone that type of talking on her channel either. Chaz B98 says, black women will be talking about how another black woman looks even if she has a similar phenotype. Exactly. I was on Cluster B's channel, and Cluster was actually talking about reverse colorism. And she was talking about how some dark-skinned black women sit up here and go after light-skinned women. And I don't condone that either. You know, I feel as if we waste too much time on this superficial stuff. Black women, you know, there's one thing that black men do say about us that I do agree with. We do have to work on our attitudes. And, you know, this is not me picking up a misogynistic talking point. This is me being observant of how we interact with each other. And we are nasty towards each other. We're nasty and catty towards each other. And then we project that nastiness and that terrible attitude off into everything else that we do. Even in our jobs, at the workplace, our children, in our personal relationships. You know, so that's something that we do need to work on. We have, some of us, I'm not saying all of us, but there's, I would say, if I had to say what percentage of us have this, it's a large percentage. I would say about 70%, 70 to 80% of us have issues within ourselves where we do not know how to interact properly with other people. And that's a problem. That's something that we have to work on as women. You know, even when we talk to each other, we don't even have a light tone in our voice when we talk to each other. We're very, very hard. You know, and that's something that, you know, I've even had to work on within myself. I have to work on not being as angry all the time. And then I had to check myself, like, why am I angry in this situation where this person did nothing to me? You know, being able to be introspective, being able to turn the mirror around on yourself and ask yourself, why am I attacking people so much? Why am I constantly in how can I say, it's a mode. You're in a defense mode 24/7. And I used to do that. I used to be in defense mode all the time. And it part of it comes from living in an urban area in Chicago, growing up around niggas, and you know how we do. We are always attacking each other. And so that puts you on high alert, high offense all the time. You're in defense mode all the time. And so when I realize that I'm operating out of this mechanism, I have to really, really work on myself to bring myself out of that mode. Because I do notice that the women that did not grow up in the highly populated urban areas, with the women that grew up more like in the suburbs where everything was kind of cool and laid back, they don't really have that persona about them. They're a little bit more cool, laid back. They're much more approachable and nicer people. And so this is how I tried to come off. But people won't let you live. There are people out there that will try to bring the hyena out of you. And I am trying my best to conquer the hyena. And I have evolved in a lot of ways. Like I said, my hyena was bad back in my 20s. Back in my 20s, my hyena style was terrible. But I'm working on it, steady working on it. And I would suggest that every black woman recognize that hyena in herself. Recognize that that is something. You don't have to be a hyena 24/7. Sis, you don't have to be a hyena 24/7. Sis, you don't have to sit up here and be on high alert and attack 24/7. Because I'm telling you, that is going to trickle out into your interpersonal relationships and dealings with other people. You think that you have the ability to turn it on and off because you just ain't went upside nobody's head and whooped nobody's ass. But I'm telling you, even the inflection and tone in your voice is there. And I've really had to work with myself over the years to realize that I was doing this. A lot of times we don't realize that we're doing what we're doing. Let me read what you guys are talking about here. Chaz said, I seen the foreigner you're referring to. Stefan says, them black feminists stay on Cynthia, Nyla, Chrissy, and that girl from Sexy Big Lips. Oh, wow. Well, I don't go over into those spaces very often. Miss Auntie says they have to work on theirs as well, but as we should. Facts. Exactly. And there are black men that are walking around with chips on their shoulder as well. So I'm not exempting black men, but this is a black female space. And I really, really want to focus on black female improvement, because irregardless to what our male counterparts are doing, we do have to get better within ourselves. And I'm telling you, walking around with all that pent up anger all up in your chest, all up in your shoulders, that is stress. And that's the reason why a lot of us can't lose weight. I'm just being honest. We walking around with a lot of stress because we sitting up here always on high alert all the time. And we're going to have to try to find a way. Like me, I actually have a behavior therapist that I deal with. And they got me doing yoga. I have to listen to calming music. Like the other day, I had my smooth jazz on before I did my little blogcast. Little things that I learned to do to calm my nerves and calm myself down. Like each day, it is a wind down. I call it my wind down period, where I listen to my little smooth jazz and it mellows me out. And I realize, because sometimes that heaviness that you feel that you're walking around with, that ain't nothing but stress. That's nothing but stress weighing you down. You've got to learn how to relax. And once you learn how to relax, you'll start learning, you'll start seeing a difference with how you interact with other people. There's a difference when you're more relaxed and you don't have a whole lot of stress on you. Let's see here. Miss Auntie says, I'm not a troublemaker by no means, but I'm not going to get tried. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. But at the same time, you cannot react to every single person that tries you. Because sometimes people are trying you just to get that reaction from you. Sometimes they're doing it just to get that reaction. So sometimes you have to think before you react. And see, that's what I was doing when I was younger. I was not thinking before I react. I was just reactionary. Like, as soon as I felt like you were slighting me in any little way, I was, I jumped out at you. And see, that right there was energy that I was giving that person that I shouldn't have, even though they deserve every bit of that ass whooping they get. Let's see. Oh, good morning, it's just Z1. Viper Sniper, what's up? Stefan says Paris Milan is who I was thinking about. Let's see, what you talking about, Paris Milan? I like Paris Milan. I know she's not dealing with misandry in her talking sessions. But at any rate, I'm getting off my talking point here. I'm looking at the notes. I think I'm caught up though. Try not to get too behind reading the comments. But what I'm trying to say, y'all, is this. Black women, we have issues with stress. We have issues with dealing with stress management. And I'm telling you, these people with their little sneak dissing asses that come on here and they try to, rile you up, even in real life, they try to rile you up to get some sort of reaction out of you. Or they want you to feel less than, or they want you to know that they don't particularly care for you. And I'm trying to let you understand is what them people think ain't gonna put no food in your belly. What they think ain't gonna pay your rent. What they think ain't gonna do shit for you. Not a damn thing. And you have to walk around with that knowledge, because what these people will sit up here and do, they will take that energy away from you. Like Miss Auntie said, energy vampires. They will vamp that energy right out of you, and they would have accomplished what they came for, because they see that now you all upset and fucked up about the situation that they created. And that's what they came for, because they saw you were calm, you were collected, you smooth, and all of a sudden, here they come to cause chaos. They're just there to cause chaos. And then they want to leave you just as fucked up as they really are on the inside every day. Because I submit to you right now, people that sit up here and they're messy and they're fucked up, they're messy and fucked up all the time because they're not happy people. These people are not happy with themselves. And when they see you perfectly well-adjusted individual, got good self-esteem, carry yourself well, they want you to be just as fucked up as them. And they will not rest until they see some sign that they put a chink in your armor. And I'm telling you, don't let them get away with it. Don't let them do it. Because as soon as they see that one chink, they're not going to be satisfied until they tear you all the way down. If you let them. So what I'm trying to say is, and I have to say, I've done really well with myself. I've outgrown a lot of childish bullshit in my life. And I can admit that I was childish. I've outgrown a lot of different bad behaviors. Being reactionary without thinking is not a good behavior to have as a woman. Not even as an adult. You cannot walk around in this world only being reactionary. You have to be a thinking individual as an adult. And as an adult, you have to also strategize your next move. If you're not a thinking adult that strategizes your every move, then you're going to get got all the time by these energy vampires out here. And that's all they are. They sit up here and they're just like Satan. They're looking around to see who they can devour. And I'm saying, don't allow these people to take a chunk out of you like that. There was a song that Michael Jackson had out a while back, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And in that song, he was saying, you're a vegetable, you're a vegetable. They hate on you because you're a vegetable. And then he also said something about they feed off you. And that's exactly what they do. Don't be a vegetable for these people to feed off of. You're food to these people. This is how people get their life, some of them. They get their very life by sucking the energy out of people like you. And you have to learn how to identify these people. And they'll be the one, you'll be going about your day, going about your business, feeling good. And then all of a sudden you'll feel the energy before you even see the hate. Well, that's how I am, because I'm a empath. My empathic power is I feel a lot of people's energy. I'm an energy person. I would actually feel the hateful energy before I even see the hatefulness. And I'm telling you, as soon as I identify you, I don't give you none of my time. I don't give you any of my time. I refuse to. You know, right now I'm in a space in my life where I'm in a good place. It took me a long time to get here. Do you think I'm going to allow you or anybody that look like you to take me out of my zone? I don't think so. Ain't happening. Stefan Moultrie said, what part of America do you live, Miss Chaz B98? I live in Charlotte. Oh, you in Charlotte, Stefan? Okay. I was there a few years back. And no, you don't respect people who don't respect you. It's not even about giving anybody any type of respect. It's about not giving them your energy. Like, here's a good example. Here's a real good example. The other day, I was walking back to my apartment complex. This is on one of my days off. I was looking pretty, looking nice and everything. And there were a couple of guys in the parking lot area, and they saw me walking to my apartment. Now, I know these guys, okay? They're troublemakers in the complex. They don't do nothing but keep up a whole bunch of mess. And they were going out of their way trying to get my attention. Oh, hey, miss, you look pretty. You look beautiful. You look this, you look that. Hey, you know, they're like real loud in the parking lot. Now, the first one time they said it, I acknowledged it and said thank you. Okay? But then he want to constantly run up behind me and try to keep up a conversation. I said, you sure look good. I said, and I looked at him. I just act as if he wasn't there. I looked straight through him and kept walking to my apartment. And then when I came back out to my car later on, because I had to go to the car wash, he tried to keep up a conversation again. And I looked straight through him. And I'm telling you, I have perfected the art of looking straight through a motherfucker like I don't see him. Because now, if you gonna act a big ass fool after I done clearly gave you all the signs that I ain't thinking about your ass, then this is exactly what you're gonna get. And to this day, this is he and I. This is how he and I interact. He know not to say shit to me because he gonna get embarrassed because I'm gonna look straight through him like he ain't there. And that's how I have learned to treat these people, like they ain't there. And I'm telling you, that's one thing that they do not like. One thing an energy vampire hates is being ignored. And that nigga, every time I see him, I look at him out the cut of my eye. And that nigga be rolling his ass every time he see me because he know I'm ignoring the shit out of him. And he hate that shit. They hate being ignored. That's the worst thing you can do to them. Even worse than giving them your energy is ignoring their ass. Chaz B98 says, treat people how they deserve to be treated. Miss Auntie says, I'm at ignoring them, but don't push it. Buffoons stay far. Stefan, what you mean don't do that? No. See, here's the thing. There are some people that don't deserve your attention at all. And I mean at all. Now, Stefan, when I say that these guys that live in the complex, they're troublemakers, I mean they are troublemakers. And we all can identify who the troublemakers are. These are the people that's always into it with somebody. These guys are always into it with somebody in the complex. I don't have time for that type of drama. I have a drama-free life. And see, that's the other thing. You have what you call an inner circle. in your life. And you get to decide who steps into that inner circle. I have decided that I'm not going to let everybody into my inner circle. I guard my inner circle with my life. Okay, that's how protective I am about my inner circle. That's how protective I am about my personal space. I'm not going to let everybody into it. Only a select few get into my inner circle. You've got to really be somebody that I have a huge amount of respect for me to even talk to you, even offline. There's only one person on YouTube that I even talk to offline, and we don't even talk on the phone. We just started communicating via email. One person, and this is in all the years I've been on here. Just one. And when I say we talk via email, we talk about other things outside of work on YouTube. Just one person in all the years I've been doing this. It's very, very hard to get inside my inner circle. And that's the way you guys have got to be about your inner circle. Everybody can't come. Because when you start allowing a lot of toxic, messy ass people in your inner circle, you're going to have a life full of drama. There are certain people where drama follows them everywhere they go because they're messy. You got to get good at identifying who those messy, drama-filled people are and keep them far, far away from you. Because you will have no peace in your life. They will bring their drama to you every time. And I'm not for it. And also, these messy people that have the drama-filled lives, they're not happy. And when they see that you got peace in your life and happiness in your life, well, misery loves company. They're going to try to sabotage what you get. So if you're a woman and you got peace in your life and you live in your life, you got your man, you got your kids, you got your family, and then you sitting up here letting this messy, hating-ass girlfriend into your inner circle. Okay, what happens when you let this hating-ass individual into your inner circle? She gonna come and try to throw a monkey wrench in your shit because she miserable. Misery loves company. That's the reason why I say you got to protect. You got to protect yourself, your inner circle, your energy at all times. You pick and choose who comes in and out of your inner circle. And don't be afraid to kick people out of the inner circle. See, a lot of times people surround themselves just by a bunch of people because they don't want to be alone. They're afraid of being bored and lonely. I would say you should be more concerned with having a whole bunch of drama in your life than being bored or lonely. Because you can have associates that you deal with at arm's length when you get bored. But you don't need them people right there. Miss Auntie says she's a lone wolf. Exactly. Now me, I'm not exactly a lone wolf, but you know, I do a lot of stuff solo. I do a lot of stuff solo. Like even if I'm about to do some dirt, I wouldn't tell nobody that I'm about to do the dirt. Any dirt that I do it by myself. Because guess what? I know that I'm not going to tell on myself. But anytime you start adding people, you know, to what it is you're trying to do and you don't want nobody else to find out about it, guess what? Somebody always finds out about it. So if you're going to be doing your little dirt or whatever, do it solo. Trust only yourself. Trust only yourself. Because you can always guarantee that you ain't going to rat yourself out. Chasby98 says, I'm encouraging women to get a firearm and start taking classes. Good way to meet men too. Chaz, you ain't never lied. I just recently met a guy, his name is Ken, and I met him up at the gun range. You're absolutely right. We were both looking at guns and different things of that nature, and he and I have a lot in common. We're going to be going hiking coming up this weekend. He invited me to go hiking with him. So I'm out here doing my little dating thing still. But yeah, Faith met him, like you said, up at the gun range. So you're absolutely right. That is a great place to meet men, especially men that are about something. But black women, we do need to take self-defense classes, as Chaz B98 stated, because of the incidents like the skateboard incident. And some of these black men need to get dealt with. And unfortunately, we don't really have a lot of protection. So we got to protect ourselves, unfortunately. But yeah, I know how to handle myself. Ever since I was in my teens, I've been handling, for myself. I've had men in my family to protect me, but I also know how to protect myself. But definitely, ladies, go ahead and get your open carry licenses. Go to the range, learn how to shoot, take self-defense classes. Always know how to protect yourself at all times. Carry pepper spray, a taser, if you can't carry a gun. There are other things that you can carry on you to protect yourself. And when it gets down to the get down, sometimes you might have to know that hand-to-hand combat. That's good to know too. Yes, Chaz is dropping them gems. But yeah, at any rate, getting back to the sneak dissers, because we have a lot of sneak dissing people in our lives, and I'm telling you how to deal with the sneak diss. Don't give it no energy, because I'm telling you, because what's going to end up happening? Because see, people don't never see when a person have done something to you. So what happens is they go and do their little dirt passive aggressively where nobody else sees it. But if you're a person like me and you're like more aggressive, you'll react to their passive aggressiveness with aggression. And then everybody will turn around and look at you like you crazy because you the one going off. But don't nobody never see what that person did to make you have the reaction that you had. And so I had to learn that people will set you up like that. Now, I'm working on doing my little nice nasty routine. I'm working on perfecting my nice nasty. Because some of those people, that's the other thing. If you don't know how to do nice nasty, then the best thing to do is ignore them. Now me, I don't know how to do nice nasty yet. You see, when I tried to do the nice nasty in my mid-20s, I still end up fighting people. I still end up blowing up. So my nice nasty still needs to be worked on. But if you are good at doing nice nasty and you can get your dig back, then that's another way that you can deal with the passive aggressive motherfucker. But me, knowing that I can't do nice nasty and I have a tendency to want to actually hurt somebody, I ignore them. That's the best way not to expend energy on petty ass people. Chaz B98 says the best protection should be proactive anyway. Better to not get into situations than need to be rescued from them. Exactly. Because when you start going back and forth with those people, you put yourself at risk. You're always at risk of it becoming escalated. So like Chaz B98 eloquently said, it's best not to even get in the situation point blank period at all. And I'm for just not even getting in the situation. And I mean, I've had other people try to bait me in on here too. Oh, you a coward. You're not going to address such and such. No, I'm not going to address this person. No, I'm not. You a coward. Yes, I'm a coward. I'm a chicken. Cook. There other people will try to instigate messiness too. Other people will try to instigate you into a messy situation too. And you have to watch the instigators and the signifiers too, because they don't love you. They don't have your best interests at heart, and they will instigate you into a bad situation too. Those are also people, and I've seen that happen a lot online. Person will be trying to gracefully walk away from a situation, and here come the instigator. Here come the instigator. Miss Auntie says, with me, it don't start nothing, it won't be none. Chaz, true on your last comment. Yeah, don't start none, won't be none. But make sure that you're not giving that person your energy, Miss Anti. Because I feel you all the way. Because like I said, faith wasn't too far from that. But I'm telling you, it's an energy and time waster. You would have wasted the energy and time on that don't start none, be none situation. And I'm telling you, now, unless it's a situation where it's not just petty, but this person is threatening something of value in my life, like my children or my job or something like that. Now, if it gets to something like that, that's worth fighting over. That's worth expending energy over. But little petty ass shit, I let a lot of stuff go. I have learned to overlook and sidestep over bullshit just by ignoring the petty stuff. So you have to also be able to identify when it's worth going in on somebody. Chaz B98 says, yeah, I ignore them too. I try to give myself time to calm down so I am thinking clearly if and when I respond. Exactly. Stefan Moultrie says, if someone speaks to you, speak back, and that's it. Stefan, but that's what I said. I talked to the guy. I acknowledged him. I said hello, and I thanked him for the compliment, but he kept following behind me with the bullshit. So obviously he wanted something more than just to say hello and compliment me. And here's the thing. I know what type of person he is. I know he's a messy person in the complex. You're not going to get any more of my time than hi and goodbye. That's it. That's all you deserve. You do not deserve anything else. You don't deserve a conversation. You don't deserve me stopping, talking to you, or none of that. And if you think I'm going to stop and talk to you, think again. Because I'm going to keep walking, you're going to keep talking, and you're going to keep getting ignored. Miss Auntie said, yep, like coming to women's spaces starting bullshit, please. Exactly. Chaz B98 says, everything does not need a response, but sometimes you will need to respond. Exactly. Exactly. It's nuanced. You have to decide what works best for you. Don't ever let people decide for you, though. Exactly. Miss Auntie said, yep, face, I know that. Head forward, no eye contact, no energy. Got you. Exactly. Right, Stefan. Yeah, because see, when you know a person is on bullshit, you know what their MO is, you get to decide whether or not you want to put up with that person. You get to decide whether or not you're going to deal with people like that. And see, I've gotten real good at identifying messy ass people and whether or not I want to put up with them, whether it's going to be beneficial to me or not. And usually dealing with a messy, drama-filled person is never beneficial. So I sidestep people like that. I do it, and I do it unapologetically. I do. I will unapologetically ignore a person. Sometimes I won't even say hello. And I'm just going to be honest. I'm that person. I'm that individual. If I think you that fucked up, I won't even speak to you. And I make no apologies about that. Because I found that when I started being like that about myself, when I started guarding myself like that, my life improved drastically. When I started getting a lot of drama-filled people out of my life, I got so much more peace with myself, not dealing with a bunch of drama-filled people. Okay, y'all talking amongst yourselves in the chat. But yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on the subject because I'm getting ready to head into the mountains. But I will leave you with this final thought. And the final thought is this: you have to continue to self improve. And self improvement is being able, ladies, to look into the mirror and say, you know what? There's an abrasive part of my personality that's holding me back. There's an abrasive part of my personality that I might need to work on. And that was one part of my personality that I did have to work on because it was holding me back. I was not able to make rational decisions because I was a very reactionary individual. I was not able to step back and be strategic about who I allow in and out of my space until I first got self control over my emotions and how I deal with people that push my buttons. Because that's all these people are. They want to figure out what buttons to push to get under your skin. Once I found out how to deal with the button pushers, that they could not learn my code, I was cool. I was cool. Because I'm telling you, these button pushers, these people sitting up here with that passive aggressive energy, these energy vampires, that's all they're doing. They're trying to push your buttons. They're trying to learn your code. Don't let them do it. So this morning, as you guys are enjoying your Saturday while I'm working, think on what I'm saying real quickly. Think on what I'm saying, and then think of the situations where people pushed your buttons and you didn't exactly have to respond. And think about what would have happened if you had just ignored them and walked away, especially if it was something petty. Think about what the outcome would have been if you would have just not given them your energy. I promise you, it would have been way better. But at any rate, it's always good to come on here and spend time with my people. I always try to get at least an hour in while I'm running down the road. Daylight will be out soon, and hopefully by the afternoon, I will be done with my run. Thank you, Stefan Moultrie and Doug and Miss Anti, Chaz B98. Thanks to all the people that came in here this morning. You could be anywhere. You could be up listening to anybody, but you're up in here early in the morning listening to me. And I appreciate every single one of you. And also, shout out to Stefan Moultrie with the $2 super chat. I really appreciate it. He says, yeah, no drama. And that's what I'm talking about. You can pick and choose whether or not you have the amount of drama in your life. Because life is going to bring you drama in and of itself on its own. But you don't need people bringing the drama to you. You can pick and choose. Protect your circle. And with that, I'm out. You guys have a wonderful day.